On this episode, we're up here at Street Rat Garage headquarters looking for our next project vehicle. Not that one. Well, fall is finally here. The leaves are on the ground, temperatures are dropping, and it's getting a lot more difficult to find cars at this point. So instead of going out and buying something else, we should just go ahead and fix some of the junk that we already have. So let's walk through the line of vehicles that we have sitting around and see what we can do for our next project vehicle. So let's just go ahead and start off at the beginning. This is, what year is this car? I don't know. It's 99, maybe 2000. It's 98, 99, 2000. One of those years. It's before they switched to the flatter style rim on these. But this is an old police car that has been sitting for quite some time. This came almost directly from the police department. I bought it off of a gentleman that bought it directly from them, and as you can see, it was decommissioned rather poorly. They just sort of ripped the panels off and threw them on the ground there. The car has 126,000 miles on it, which isn't too bad. It's in okay shape. They just took a scraper and just scraped the logos and stuff right off of it, but it had peeling paint like some of these guys do. There's the old numbers that were on it. There's the badge right there that was on it. But yeah, they just scrape. No regards to the paint whatsoever. Of course, I'm not treating it very well either. Got pine needles and stuff sticking in there, but it runs. It will move. It needs a new alternator. There's no catalytic converters on it, but we have a good title on it, so that's important. Next up, we have the 1979 GMC Sierra 15 pickup truck, half-ton pickup truck. It has an inline 6-cylinder in it, and I made a video about this, just getting it running, started. We drove it down the street. It's pretty much been sitting ever since. I drove it around the yard a little bit, but it needs a lot of work. It needs fenders, it needs doors. It's got, holes in the bed. But we did buy doors for it. I have a bed for it that's been hanging from this A-frame for about a year. Aftermarket fenders. In this box there are cab corners and rockers. Yeah, cab corners and rockers, brand new. Aftermarket, cheap Chinese ones, but that's for that truck. This is a big block 454 engine. This is a Chevy 350, probably a 4-bolt main. That's a 6.0 LS engine. There's another 350 there. There's a Buick engine over there. I think there's another LS over there somewhere. We got engines, and there's transmissions back there too. I mean, the only real problem is that's a lot of work. I mean, a lot of work. Everything needs to be done on the truck. We don't have any interior for it. I mean, it has interior, but it's not that great, but we can make something work. So that's number 2. Okay, here's the one I'm kind of leaning towards myself. It's a 1972 Oldsmobile 98 with a 454 in it. This one will actually start and move around a little bit. It has a blown head gasket. That is a problem. With all these limbs that are falling all over it. But it is a runner. So, no big deal there. It has some ugly interior in it. Bucket seats somebody got out of, I don't know what, a Grand Prix maybe. Yeah, missing the radial. It has a pretty nice back seat. It's a 4-door, more door, nothing wrong with that. But this is a pretty solid body. Has like a little dent there. I mean, the rest of the body's really pretty solid. This is going to be a good candidate to get up and back on the road again. We also have this one right here. It's a 1951 Buick. It has an inline 8-cylinder engine in it, and it has some dents, it has some rust. It doesn't have a gas tank in it, and it needs also a lot of work. The engine turns over free, so if it spins, it wins. We can get this one going and probably drive it on the road. I mean, this is in pretty good shape overall. It still has a pretty good body. You know, all the tires are flat. It has a little bit of rust down there. It has, what's inside? There's still wasps in here. I hope not. Something's been eating on the interior, and it's got some rust on the floors. But there we go. But yeah, this would make a pretty good car. I'm sure we could get it to scoot down the road. It's missing a window. Now this is our 1973 Mustang Mach 1, and some people have been saying that I need to get back on this car. We've already done 2 videos on it, got it buffed out, got it running, and yes, it is coming back. It'll probably be the next video after this one. Getting ready to work on it as we speak. But if you don't know about this car, this is the Mustang Mach 1 that has been sitting for like 15 years. It was sitting on a trailer, and yeah, we got it running. It's got a 351 Cleveland in it. We did the interior, we buffed it. Now it's got some leaves on it, but no big deal. Still looking pretty good. We need to get a quarter panel on it. We threw a couple tires on it, and this is what it looks like on the inside. It's still pretty decent. Gotta clean up some of the interior a little bit more. But if you have not seen this one, go check it out on my YouTube channel. You'll see 2 videos prior to this one. It's a pretty good watch. This is going to be a nice car, and it will continue on the channel for a little while. So this guy here is my 1992 Chevy 1500 4-wheel drive truck. Has a rusty frame, but this truck always starts. It's been here for a couple of years. I use it in the winter to pull stuff around when it gets a little muddy and a little snowy. So maybe we're going to pull the bed off of this and kind of fix the frame up a little bit, maybe some L brackets, and just sort of hack it together. But I mean, it's just fine the way it is. Just can't put a trailer on it because the back end of the frame is rusted in 2, and it does this. So maybe sometime we'll hack this together. But good truck. And this one would make a real good project. 454 2-wheel drive 1979 long bed truck. It will start. I have started it already, but needs fuel pump, needs some other things. Haven't driven it on the road, just sort of scooted it a little bit because, you know, no fuel pump. So this would be pretty easy to get going and get moving down the street again. It's got the standard hood bulge in it, but I found another brown hood just like it with no hood bulge in it. So that was a score. Pretty solid. It's dirty, it's nasty. It would make a good cleanup video. It's got a window it's down and it won't go back up, so the internals are probably rusted in there. That'll be interesting. Got a little damage on the trim here, but no big deal. It's a 3/4 ton, so it's probably geared pretty low. Tailgate's beat up, no big deal. But it's been sitting since 2010, according to the license plate. I would say this would, with the fuel pump, this would probably just start up and drive. That's going to be my bet. Okay, you want to know the reason we don't do a lot of videos in the pole barn? It's full. We got too much stuff sitting in the way in order to get in here to make some videos. We have the 1974 Buick Apollo that we took on Hot Rod Power Tour. Made it a little ways, but kind of failed. This still runs. I mean, it'll start right now if I could, you know, get in the door. But yeah, Buick 350, new Holly. This is also on my channel,
So just go back, and there's like 3 or 4 videos of this thing. Drove it all the way from Indiana to Memphis, then Nashville, then back to Indiana again, and it made it. It didn't make it good or well, but it made it. So thinking about selling this. You know, maybe if you're interested, hit me up sometime, and we can discuss this. But it'll drive anywhere you want to go right now. You know, I fixed some of the problems. It still has some problems, but it will start and it will run. And this beast is sitting all in the way. I think this is 79 too. 79 dually quad cab, big block, 2-wheel drive monster. This is a beast, and it is taking up a lot of real estate. So gonna get rid of this as well, free up some more room. So we sell both of those cars, we'll be able to get back in here and do some work. And who could forget Roadkill's own Goose, the 1972 Ford Maverick that we took to duct tape drags and did some testing with, testing 2 nights, put some nitrous on it. It still runs, and it still runs very well. Still has this 302 in it with our, I believe that's a 700 CFM carburetor that I put on it from Holley, our aluminum radiator and billet pulleys, all the good stuff. Electric fuel pump that's really loud, and yeah, she's a good car. We're gonna do something with that. We have some. Oh, we have rear end. We have gears for this rear end, but we also have a 9-inch rear end, and that's located right here in this 70-something, mid-70s Maverick 4-door. Somebody went and put a Versailles 9-inch rear end in this car. I picked it up cheap. It has no engine, no transmission. It's pretty solid, but I think Goose needs this rear end more than this Maverick does. And it also has 5 lug disc brakes on the front that Goose has 4 lug drum brakes on the front. So we're going to take those, we're going to take the rear end, and then we'll probably, I don't know what we're going to do with the rest of the car. It's such a shame. It's in really good shape. It is solid as can be. But man, what do you do with a 4-door Maverick that has no rear end and now no front end on it? I don't know. Maybe we'll keep it. Maybe we'll just part it out. We should just part it out. And we have this. This is what? I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a year and a half since I bought this. I set it right there, and it hasn't moved since. It's a 81, 82, 83, 84, 5, I don't know. It's a GMC. It's got a work bed on it. It's a 1/2 ton, and it needs a distributor. It needs a carburetor on it. And I don't even know if the engine's any good. I don't know. I don't know if I like this. I'm not a fan of the 80 and up that just has a flat hood that goes across there and the square headlights. I don't really like that. I mean, it's a cool truck though. And there's already been a couple people that have done utility square bodies. So I don't know if I want to do another one and join their club, but I mean, I don't know. Let me know what you think. Should we do this? I really have no plans to. Maybe just get it running and just sell it and put the money somewhere else. That would be my best guess what to do with this truck. But if you want to see it fixed up, we'll fix it up. But you're gonna have to let me know. Motorhome, anybody? This is pretty cool. Does not have a 440 in it though. It just has a 360 in it. But 360, not bad. Maybe we can put that in the Roadkill house paint car, since we changed plans on that one, and I haven't really discussed that. But we're not doing that other thing anymore on the house paint car. But we got an RV. We got a motorhome. We can put the 360 in it. Maybe make it a gasser style. This is a pretty solid unit though. I mean, the title's messed up on it, and it's old and has water leaks in it, and we use some of the interior for the the VW bus. So some of the interior from this is in that VW bus. There's like 9 episodes on my channel about that. You can watch that too. So yeah, go watch that. But we're gonna part this out. We're gonna use the engine. We're gonna use the transmission and something. It runs, it'll move around. Okay, now this is special. We were supposed to do an LS swap, not just an LS swap, but LS turbo swap on this car. And you can see the video of that and learn a little bit more about this car. But this is the engine right there. It's a done. It's a 6.0 LS with a sloppy stage 2 cam in it. That is ready to go in a car, but no longer this car. The turbo is back home on a bookshelf. I've had this car since 1987. And it's only run maybe 5, 7 years since 1987, on and off, here and there. It ran last in 2019. We had a 350 in it. And it got half a season and was driven maybe 10 miles. So anyway, had it since 1987. High school car. Something very special was going to happen to this car. We're going to take it all back apart. Not all back apart. We're going to take the front end off of it, and we're going to do stuff. You're going to want to see this. So if you have not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, because we're going to do stuff that you're going to like with this car right here. This one's special. This is going to be good. This is for sale. It only has like 3 out of 4 gears. And the heater core, where it goes in there, it kind of sprays out when it gets hot. And it's ugly. You want to buy it? I almost forgot to show you the tractor. This is cool. It's a front end loader. It's I don't know, a 70s International. And I did have it running before, but it's been sitting for a while. And hopefully the engine's not locked up in it now. But we can get this going. Maybe move some stuff around. If you like tractors, that'd be a little cool thing to see. We also need to build a trailer for you know, hot rod drag week. And I got this trailer. The Hellcat engine was sitting on this thing, and they just gave me this trailer. So we should probably do something with it and use it, since, you know, it was a free gift from Dodge. It'd make a good hot rod power tour, not power tour, but hot rod drag week trailer. It's a little bit shorter than spec, but you know, hopefully we won't be breaking down. So we're back where we started. So what was not shown was a 1963 Plymouth Belvedere, which is still in the shop, having some body panels put on it, actually in it, floor pans, so we don't fall out of that car. And the 1967 VW bus that I have, that is also in a body shop, having some work done to it. And what else? The 56 Beetle in the bay window bus, which, you know, is now up for sale, that you can see in the last video before this one. So that's pretty much it, besides, you know, my daily driver pickup truck. Seems like I'm forgetting something. I don't know. There's a lot of cars around here. Did I buy something? Sometimes I buy things and then forget that I have them. Anyway, that's gonna wrap it up for this episode of Street Rat Garage. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.